Stonewall Jackson was an American country music singer and musician who achieved his greatest fame during country's golden honky-tonk era in the 1950s and early 1960s. In this video, we would like to take the time to remember this amazing artist who performed on the Grand Ole Opry for over 50 years. So sit back and relax as we pay tribute to the great Stonewall Jackson.
Before we begin, please hit the like, subscribe, and notification bell so you don't miss a single one of our upcoming videos.
Stonewall Jackson was born in Tabor City, North Carolina on November 6, 1932. Jackson had two older siblings, and just for the record, the name Stonewall is not a nickname, it is his given name after being named after Confederate General Thomas Stonewall Jackson. Some have said that he was related to the general, but there is no proof of that. When Stonewall was a baby of just 2 years of age, his father died. It was after this death that H's mother moved the family to Worth County in South Georgia. It was there that Jackson grew up working on his uncle's farm. It was in 1950 the strapping young man enlisted in the Navy. It would be 4 years later, in 1954, that he would receive his discharge. In 1956, Jackson would be on the move again as he moved to Nashville. It was after Wesley Rose heard Stonewall's demo tape that he arranged for Jackson to audition for the Grand Ole Opry. Wesley Rose was president of Acuff Rose at the time. This made Jackson the first artist to join the Grand Ole Opry before obtaining a recording contract. Ernest Tubb became his mentor after the two men toured together. In 1958, Jackson signed with Columbia Records. It was late in 1958, with the year almost over, that Jackson had his breakthrough record that hit the country top 40. It was a song written by a young George Jones. That song was titled Life to Go. It peaked at number 2 in early 1959, and his follow-up record, Waterloo, was number 1 for 5 weeks. It even crossed over into the top 40 of the Billboard Hot 100 chart, where it reached number 4. The track also reached number 24 in the UK singles chart in July 1959. Waterloo sold over 1 million copies and was awarded a gold disc. The song was a haunting and catchy tune that states everybody has to meet his Waterloo, meaning their fate. The song cites Adam, Napoleon, and Tom Dooley as examples. His next number 1 hits came in 1964 with Don't Be Angry and BJ the DJ. Jackson's foray into the teenage tragedy song trope, one about an overworked country music radio station disc jockey who crashes his car in a rainstorm. In 1971, Jackson was the first artist to record a live album from the Grand Ole Opry with recorded live at the Grand Ole Opry. His other hit songs include The Carpet on the Floor, Why I'm Walkin', A Wound Time Can't Erase, and I Washed My Hands in Muddy Water. Jackson also recorded a cover version of Lobo's 1971 hit, Me and You and a Dog Named Boo, which became Jackson's final top 10 hit. From 1958 to 1971, Jackson had 35 top 40 country hits. In 2006, Jackson sued the Grand Ole Opry for $10 million in compensatory damages and $10 million in punitive damages, claiming age discrimination. As a member of the Opry for over 50 years, Jackson believes management was sidelining him in favor of younger artists. In his court filing, Jackson claimed that Opry general manager Pete Fisher stated that he did not want any gray hairs on that stage or in the audience, and before I'm done there won't be any. Fisher is also alleged to have told Jackson that he was too old and too country. The lawsuit was settled on October 3, 2008 for an undisclosed amount, and Jackson returned to performing on the show. He was a member of the Opry from 1956 until his death. He largely retired from performing by 2012, with his last public performance being at the funeral of his longtime friend George Jones. Jackson lived on a farm in Brentwood, Tennessee, where his wife Juanita died on January 11, 2019. She was also his personal manager and operated his song publishing company, Terp Tunes. He has a son, Stonewall Jackson Jr. He was inducted into the North Carolina Music Hall of Fame on October 11, 2012. Jackson died in Nashville, Tennessee, on December 4, 2021, at the age of 89 from complications of vascular dementia.